So quick update on the bends here. This is going to be a quick video on the glow plugs. I'm doing this part kind of after as a precursor, but they are now replaced. As you'll see, it started up quite wonderfully, and I did replace this box. This is a 5-pin, but you can use the 4-cylinder as well as the 5-cylinder for this. I try to keep my engine pretty clean, as you'll see here. I try to keep this pretty clean. So this was a quick short tutorial. This is here because this is broken. This is going to be replaced with a turbo. That's next, actually. Battery, very next thing is the battery is going to be put in the trunk, and the turbo will be sitting over here. I'll move a couple of lines, make this very short and quick and simple setup. Anyway, so I'll show you how I got in there without taking out any of the lines, other than just taking the 8mm off. You need 8mm, 12mm socket. That's something that gets in there relatively easy, and soon to come at some point is a new paint job. God almighty, it needs some paint. We'll go from there. Just taking out these two glow plugs. This one's pretty easy to get to, and this one's pretty easy to get to as well. I didn't take out all this stuff. I have some tools that help me get these out in this close quarters. I did take off this rod here, and it is a tight squeeze, but quite frankly, it's not that bad. And this is a tool I have that fits. Well, actually, it's a little tight, so I just use the socket to turn it because it gives you more. There we go. Gives you a little more width and torque to get to that. And then I can put that on the socket, on this little wrench thing here. And if not, we go to, these are 12 mils by the way, 18 mil wrench. So I just use a 12 to get that tight, since the wrench doesn't fit on this as easily. Pretty easy. I'll show you the glow plugs. So, as some of you know, I run. So these glow plugs I have not changed since I've owned the car. I've put about, looks like I've put about almost 5,000 miles on this thing already. I've been driving it quite a bit. And so I don't know how old these glow plugs are. I don't know what my fuel is doing to them, as far as you know, is it creating more carbon buildup? Possibly, but I don't know for sure. So what I'm doing is replacing these, and we'll see how it goes after a lot more time over the next few years, next few years or months or whatever it comes to be. And I just moved these out of the way, the wires. Anyway, pretty basic. And we just put our little 8mm. Pretty easy to get in there and tighten these up. Pretty basic. And I'll show how we get to the other. This little wrench fits in here pretty easy. Once that's broken loose, my hand, which is a pretty good sized hand, still fits in this rail. It's probably not the best view I could get for you guys, but try a little different view here. So I have this tool that I can fit in there. Actually, break this loose. That's it. Another reason why you don't over tighten So you're not making a bigger mess than necessary. And my hand, which is not the smallest hands in the world, do fit in there. So I'm not taking all the fuel lines off and creating another loss of both time. And there we go. And this one's got a little oil on it. That's interesting. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Although it looks like it's coming from the upside there. A little bit of carbon buildup is not as bad as I thought. Take a new one, and we'll go ahead and get that dude in right now. Then we're only down to one. This is actually pretty easy. I did not take out the fuel lines, obviously. I didn't find a need to. It's my 12 mil. I'm moving over to the other one on the far end now, to no avail, and so I decided to go ahead and purchase a new box, and that seemed to work. At least solve that little problem. And there we go. The 8 mil is broke loose. This one's actually pretty easy to get to. In fact, pretty well. So this is a little piece of aluminum laid out, and I cut a piece, put a magnet in it. And that is for things like this, so that I don't drop the damn screw, or little nut actually. There we go. Just like that. And that way I don't lose it. And that helps that. Guess I could take the dipstick out, huh? I'm going to just leave it on there. Set it on our aluminum chingadera there. And now I'm going to break loose the last one, which I'm excited to finally. I've been having trouble starting. I'm hoping this is my issue. The one on the end and the one on the two on the end were pretty bad. Kind of caked up. A lot of carbon material. Yeah, you can clean them. I just put them on a buffer wheel, wire wheel, buff them out, and that's usually helps right away. And I'm not excited about. My garage is full of machining equipment, so I don't have room for a car in my garage. And I have two other little shop buildings, also not big enough for the car. So I'll be building a carport at some point. There we go. I got my wrench. Set that up there. Now I can take this dude out and we'll replace it. See what this looks like. Yeah, so the tips build up. This one's actually the cleanest out of all four of them. So that's about the new box. From putting in the last one. Pretty basic, pretty easy. This was a pretty easy job. Aside from the filming part of it, mess with the camera. I've only been doing this for about 20 minutes. Again, you don't have to tighten the living crap out of it. Just snug. I do have an inch pound. So I always do like a tool check, because these always are sitting up there. These are the glow plugs. So this one actually goes like this. So in front of the car, and this was in back, the rear cylinder. So they're not in the best of shape. So, and again, I don't know how long these have been in the car. This is my first time changing them. I use these Bosch pencil type. I got them from Auto House. There's the price. I thought it was cheap insurance. So let's see if she starts. The other issue I had the other day was the glow plug light staying on after it started. So I don't know. The glow plug light. And wow, check that out. That was sweet. Yep. And look, the glow plug light went off. Started right up. If it should. Let's see, I need to check that oil pressure. Take a little bit for that gauge to go up. Well, that's going to certainly make life a little nicer. To do change. I put oil in. So I'm going to about hit 200,000 here, 200 more miles on this guy. Well, that sure made a big difference, let me tell you.